and welcome to Charlie Manuel Field as SVU Knights take on NC Wesleyan of North Carolina, and we should be in for a good one. Coming in, SVU is 6 for 18 in conference, 3 for 5. NC Wesleyan is 8 and 17 and 5 and 4 in conference, as both of these teams are dead in the middle of the USA South. SVU coming in fifth, and NC Wesleyan coming in at fourth, so this should be a good one. Today on the mound, we have Camden Brogdon, as that first hit is going to be fouled away, making it a 1-0 count. For SVU, we have, Zach Gearston is on the mound today. Last week, he got D3 Baseball Player of the Week. As first up to bat for NC Wesleyan is going to get a single and get on base here early on. But Zach, so far this season, has been fantastic for the Knights. He's looking to repeat some of that success. As I'm pretty sure last time he was pitching, he threw 8 or 9 strikeouts. He's an absolute beast. But NC Wesleyan, Malachi Hayes gets on base to start the top of the first here. Pitch is going to be high, 1-0 count, top of the first. As up to bat is Shwamada Brown. I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing that wrong. Shwamada Brown up to bat for NC Wesleyan. As that first hit is going to be a pop-up for SVU. And that's the first out of the inning here. Man on first for NC Wesleyan. As Malachi Hayes, the runner on first for NC Wesleyan, comes in this game. As last game, he had 2 hits and 2 RBIs, as he was one of the better hitters for NC Wesleyan last Wednesday. As Mason Nance steps up to bat here, taking on Zach Gearston. First pitch is going to come in high, 1-0 count. Second pitch is also going to come in high, making it a 2-0 count here for the Knights. Top of the first with 1 out, runner on first. As the last game for NC Wesleyan, they lost to CNU 6-9. And it's going to be a swing and a miss, making it a 2-1 count. But NC Wesleyan comes in this game with a good performance against CNU. And now they're looking to get a road win here at Charlie Manuel Field. That's going to be a foul tip. They're going to call it, so 2-2 count here. Nance still on the bat, and he's going to check it. Zach's going to check it back to first. Make sure that runner stays a little disciplined there. Two count here. And that's a little too high, a little debatable. 3-2 count. We got a full count here early for Zach versus Nance. Who's going to win this standoff here? 3-2, runner on first. Pitch coming in. That's going to be swung on and hit, and that's going to be a foul ball, a souvenir for a fan here. As Hayes was eager to run over to second, so expect maybe a steal here. He's bouncing back and forth. 3-2 count here. Swung on and hit, and that's going to be a single here early for NC Wesleyan. As runner on first was thinking about going to third, but he slides back into second. So for NC and Wesleyan, this is a great start. Runner on second and runner on first. Now we have Banks Hartman up to bat here for NC Wesleyan. First pitch is going to be a strike. It should be. It's hard to see from back here. As this it is, it's going to be an 0-1 count here. Top of the first with 1 out. Second pitch is going to be a little too high, making a 1-1 count here with NC Wesleyan with a runner in scoring position early here at Charlie Manuel Field. Third pitch coming, 1-1 count. And that's going to be too low, missing the zone, making it a 2-1 count in favor of the batter. Pitch coming, swung on and hit, and that should be straight to the second baseman, and it is. That's going to be a runner out at first. So we have a runner on third, a runner on second, top of the first with 2 outs. The Knights trying to get out of here without giving up any runs. With Jake Flowers, up to bat here. Jake in his last game had 2 hits and 2 runs, which was one of the standout players for NC Wesleyan. Can he have some of that same success here and get an early RBI opportunity? First pitch coming your way. Ball's going to be too low, making it a 1-0 count. That pitch is going to be again too low, as the runner on third thought about trying to steal, but he's going to stay patient and wait on third as Jake's trying to send him home here with this at-bat. 2-0 count in favor of the batter here. And Gearson's going to miss again. 3-0 count here. Runner on third again. And there we go. That's going to be a strike for the Knights, making it a 3-1 count here. With 2 outs, 1 out, retires the inning, or the top half of this inning. 3-1 count. And that's going to find the zone. 3-2 count. And just like that, in a blink of an eye, we're at a full count. 3-2 early in the first, with a runner on third and a runner on second. Who's going to win the standoff here? Gearson, and it should be, can the shortstop make the play? And Seth Lloyd, and he cannot make the play. So that's going to be a single to get the third base runner home. And now NC Wesleyan have scored and have a runner on third and a runner on first with that single from Jake Flowers. And Zach did a great job of kind of coming back in that at-bat. He was down 2-0 and 3-0. Made it a full count opportunity. Just couldn't get the final swing or the final strikeout there. So we're going to do it again in a very similar situation. Runner on third, runner on first, top of the first here, early for the Knights. As that first pitch is going to be high and away, 1-0 count here. As up to bat is Brady Williams for NC Wesleyan. As let's see if he has an opportunity to get an RBI here early in this game. As that second pitch is going to find the zone. 1-1 count here. 2 outs. 1 out is all the Knights need here. That pitch is going to be low and not find the zone. 2-1 count. It's going to be swung on right to Seth Lloyd, and he's going to make the play to the second baseman and retire the first half of the inning. But NC Wesleyan is able to get a run through here early, top of the first, and we'll see you when SVU's at bat.
Not gonna lie, something special is happening here. You can't quite put your finger on it, but when you're here, you can feel it. Whether it's in the classroom, around campus, or stepping into your unique spotlight, you'll find a place where you truly belong. This place is more than just lectures and exams. It's about constructing your story, helping you discover your path, in a world of possibilities. Maybe it's our close-knit community, our Christ-centered mission, or the way the Blue Ridge Mountains feel like home. We excel at being a place where every idea, every step, and every moment bring you closer to the future you're meant to create. They say big things come in small packages. We couldn't agree more. Because here's a little secret. The best life is the nightlife. Come be a part of it.
And we're back here, bottom of the first, and the Knights are at bat as Connor Robley steps up to bat first here for SVUs. He's off to a hot start for the Knights through the first around 25 games. As last game, SVU lost 5-15 to Guilford, but in that game, Ben Agnew had a day with 3 hits and 1 run and an RBI. Same as Tad Peterson with his 3 hits and a run. As we have a 1-1 count here early for Connor Robley. Excuse me. As on the mound for NC Wesleyan is going to be Colby Lewis. And let's see what he could do early versus Connor. That's going to be low again, making it a 2-2 count here early for the Knights. Swung on and hit by Connor. That's going back. And it's going to be caught in the outfield. Wow, that was kind of exciting as that had an opportunity to get out the park. But instead it's going to be a pop-up here early for the Knights. And that's the first out of the inning here, bottom of the first. As now up to bat is Seth Lloyd, the senior. Let's see what he can do with his opportunity against Colby Lewis here early, bottom of the first. First pitch is going to be a little too high, 1-0 count. It's going to be swung on. It's going to be a foul ball here, foul tip. So making it a 1-1 count. I have Seth, the shortstop here for the Knights, comes in the game batting a .320 here in the season. So thus far, he's been a solid senior for the Knights. And let's see if he can get on base here early for them. And a 2-1 count. Fourth pitch coming. Swung on and hit, and that just might be a pop-up. No, it's going to be a foul ball. Now a 2-2 count here. As on deck is Zach Gearston. He can pitch and he can bat, kind of like Shohei. And let's see if Seth can get on base. And that's going to find the green. And that's going to be a double, should be for Seth Lloyd here early, bottom of the first. As the Knights now have a runner in scoring position. And their pitcher, Zach Gearston, is stepping up to bat. Again, it's still rare in baseball to see a player be as dominant of a pitcher as he is and then also be able to hit some bombs here. And let's see if Zach can get Seth home here early for the Knights and tie up this ball game. First pitch coming. He's swinging on that one, and that's going back. And it should just be a pop-up. Now let's see if Seth, he's going to double tag, and Seth is going to get to third, and he's safe at third. So the Knights still have a runner in a dangerous position as Mason Jones, the bomber from Utah, steps up to bat to try to get Seth Lloyd home. Seth is on third base. They have FSU has a runner on third, and that first pitch is gonna be a strike. 0-1 count. They said he went. Mason just needs to get a ball in play here and get Seth home. Seth has some wheels. Second pitch is gonna miss the zone. It looks like, making it a 1-1 count, or excuse me, a 0-2 count. They're gonna call that a strike. Third pitch coming in favor of the pitch right now for NC Wesleyan, and that's going to be a swing and a miss for the Knights, and that's going to be the bottom end of the first as NC Wesleyan take a 1-0 lead here early at Charlie Manuel Field.
Introducing Sport Performance. But not just this. They told you to choose books or the ball, the classroom or the court, but that was never you. You study like it's your playbook, you train like it's your thesis, your body's in motion, your mind's building the future. Because greatness isn't just in the stats, it's in your discipline, your character, your purpose. Master your sport, master yourself. This is Sport Performance at Southern Virginia University.
And we're back here, top of the second, in a 1-0 ball game as SVU left Seth Lloyd hanging there as he was able to tag up and steal third, but just couldn't get home, as the Knights could not get him home. But let's see what Zach Gearson could do here early, top of the second. That first pitch is going to be swung on and hit, and it should be, it's going to land in between Ben Agnew and the second baseman, and that's going to result in a single here for NC Wesleyan, as that was Matthew Hanna was able to get that hit here for the Bishops. As Kyle Brazu is up here to bat for NC Wesleyan. First pitch is going to find the zone, 0-1 count here. As NC Wesleyan now has a man on first with 0 outs here early, top of the second. Second pitch coming. That's going to find the zone again, 2-0 count here for Zach Gearston. The phenomenal pitcher out of Utah. What can he do here with the 0-2 count? The world's his. That's going to be swung on and miss, and that's a strikeout here, top of the second. And that's 1 out here for the Knights. Up to bat now is Caleb Elias And let's see what he can do here with his first at-bat of the game. With a runner on first here early for NC Wesleyan. First pitch is going to find the zone. 0-1 count as Zach is starting to heat up. Second pitch is going to be swung on and missed. What a pitch there. 0-2 count as Zach's starting to heat up here. All right, let's see what he could do here. Again, same situation, 0-2 count. Any pitch is his. Let's see what he's going to throw. Swung on, it's going to be a foul ball, a souvenir for a fan. And we're going to do it again, 0-2 count here. As if you're the batter, Caleb, for NC Wesleyan, you kind of have to swing at something here. And down 0-2 in the count. That's going to be swung on, and that's going to be another foul ball. And that's a good job of just staying alive if you're Caleb and just fighting and trying to get him to throw you a pitch that you're going to want to hit here. But if you're Zach Gearson, you don't have to throw anything in the zone as Caleb is chasing here early. 0-2 count. Let's see what the pitch is going to be. And they're going to rule that a ball, and that was very questionable. We don't have the ABS system like in the pros, so there's no challenging. So we're going to have a 1-2 count here. Still in favor of Zach here. What is he going to throw? Pitch coming in, and that's a little too high. 2-2 count. Here's Caleb staying alive. As Hayes is on deck earlier in this game, he had a single. But more importantly, Caleb's still at bat here in a 2-2 count. Pitch is thrown, and they're ruling that another ball, and that looked really questionable. But all of a sudden, we have a 3-2 count here early. Top of the second with a runner on first. A full count. Payoff pitch coming. Swung on and foul ball. And at this at bat, this got to be pitch 8 or 9, as NC Wesleyan has done a great job being down in the count 0-2 of fighting their way back, and now all of a sudden it's a 3-2 count, and the pressure turns back to Zach Gearston with this payoff pitch coming. Is he going to be able to find the zone here and get him out? He's going to check, make sure that runner stays, as earlier he was trying to steal second. Calm down the nerves a little bit. Full count here. 1 out, top of the second. Payoff pitch coming. Thrown. It's going to be swung on, and that's going back. And that's a shot to get out the park. And that doesn't get out the park. But Connor Ripley can't field it. And now NC Wesleyan has a runner on third and a runner on second, as they were not able to get anyone home. But what a great hit and a great job by Caleb of staying alive here in an 0-2 situation. Fights his way all the way back and gets a double. And now NC Wesleyan has an opportunity to get runners home early with a runner on third and a runner on second here, with Malichi Hayes up to bat. He already has a hit in this game. And like I mentioned last week, he did a phenomenal job of getting people home as he had 2 RBIs. And this is another situation for him to get another one here. First pitch coming. He's going to swing on and hit that one. And that's going to should be an infield pop-up. And that is. Second baseman makes the play. And there you go. You blink your eyes, and that's the second out in a 1-0 ball game. And this is a crucial at-bat here, as Shamata Brown steps up to bat. Can he get a runner home, as he has a runner on third and a runner on second? First pitch coming. Swung. It looks like he completely missed. 0-1 count here. A swing and a miss from Brown. Let's see if Gearston can get the juices back and get out of this inning without anyone scoring for NC Wesleyan after giving up that double. And he's not going to find the zone, though. It's going to be a 1-1 count here. As the dugout for NC Wesleyan's getting a little rowdy, and that's going to be a foul tip. 2-1 count in favor of Zach Gearston here. Can he put him away? And that would be a great performance here at the later half of this top of the inning, as he gave up that double, but then a quick out and then another out here would be great for the Knights. And that's going to be swung on, but that's going to be a single, and they might get 2 home here for NC Wesleyan, as the throw for Mason Jones is not in time, and in a blink of an eye, it's a 3-0 ball game here for NC Wesleyan, as with that single, 2 are able to get home. And now up to bat for NC Wesleyan is Mason Nance, who's had a hit earlier today. That was a little heartbreaking if you're the Knights. With only 1 out left in the inning, instead of getting out of the inning, NC Wesleyan is able to add to their score, making it 3-0 here early for the Knights as they're down. But the game is still really early. And in baseball, as we all know, in a blink of an eye, you could score 3 just as easy as you gave up 3. But let's see what Zach can do here. The pitcher from Utah, a little rattled here early. But if you're the Knights, there's almost no one else you would rather have on that mound. So let's see what he could do here against Mason Nance. His second at-bat. First pitch coming. As Brown's going to try to steal second. And Marcelino's under that one. And that's going to be out number 3 for the Knights. And that retires the top of this inning. And we'll be back with you bottom of the second, where SVU has an opportunity to cut into this deficit. And we're back here, bottom of the second. And the Knights find themselves in an early deficit 3-0. But up to bat is going to be Ben Agnew. And he's had a day out of Park City, Utah, the senior. And he's been phenomenal this season and last game. As that first pitch is going to be a ball. But last game he had 3 hits and a run and an RBI, like I mentioned earlier. So let's see if he can emulate some of that success he had with his first at-bat. This is going to be swung on and missed. 1-1 count here. as Garrett Stauffer is up to bat, is on deck. So he's batting next for the Knights. Ben's going to get a base hit, though, here early. That ball was a little high, and he left it out there. So Lewis is going to give up a hit here to start the second. But Garrett Stauffer's up to bat now. Let's see if SVU bats can get hot. First pitch swung on and hit. And that's going back, and that is going to be a pop-up here for number 27 for NC Wesleyan, which is Caleb Elias, the senior from Roanoke Rapids, North Carolina, is able to come under that and make the play. So that's the first out of the bottom of the second here, with the Knights with a runner on first and Ben Agnew. Up to bat here is Ryan Ferris with on deck Marcelino. Let's see what the Knights could do here. That first pitch was a check to first. We'll get the first pitch of that bat here. And that is going to find the zone 0-1 count for Ryan Ferris here. He's going to check it again. Back. And Ben's safe there as he slides back into first. Get an 0-1 count here early for Ryan Ferris. Pitch is going to be way too high. 1-1 count. That's going to be swung on straight to the third baseman. He can't make the play here. And now SVU with a runner in scoring position on second, as Ryan Ferris is going to get on board on first. So I'm not too sure if they're going to rule out an error or a single. Either way, it doesn't matter for the Knights, as now Ben Agnew's in scoring position with Marcelino at bat. Let's see if Marcelino can get Ben Agnew home. First pitch coming. And that's going to miss the zone 1-0 count. The dugout for the Knights is getting excited here. It's going to be swung on and hit, and that's going back. And it's going to be caught by number 27 for NC Wesleyan. What a play by Caleb here early. And now it's the second out for the Knights, as Tyler Bale steps up to bat here with a runner on second and a runner on first for the Knights. Tyler trying to get Ben home here. A single might be able to do it with Ben's speed here. And Connor Robley up on deck, as that first pitch is going to be way too high. 1-0 count. Second pitch coming in. It's going to be swung on and hit. And that's going to land there. And Ben is not going to go home, though. We're going to have bases loaded situation with SVU's home run leader, Connor Robley, up to bat. And can Connor get someone home for the Knights, as they're down here early, bottom of the second, in a 3-0 ball game. And like I said, that's why you love baseball, right? In a blink of an eye, you give up 3 runs, but now you have an opportunity to get all those runs back and then some. Let's see what can happen here. Robley, versus Lewis. That first pitch is not going to find the zone. 1-0 count. Second pitch again, too high for Lewis. It's a 2-0 count. And if you're the Knights, again, this is a great opportunity to cut into this deficit or take the lead. 2-0 count, 2 outs, bottom of the second. Third pitch coming. And that's going to find the zone just barely. 2-1 count here for Lewis. Pitch coming, 2-1 count. That's not going to find the zone. Or it found the zone. It's going to be a 2-2 count. And that's going to be low. Did he go? He did not go. That's going to be low. And now we have a full count. 3-2 count. Bases loaded for the Knights. Connor Robley up to bat. Full count. Pitch is coming. And they're ruling that a ball. And that's going to send Bet Agnew home for the Knights and cut it to this deficit. 3-1 here, bottom of the second. That was a great job by Connor. And now the Knights have Seth Lloyd, the senior, up to bat versus Lewis. Earlier had a hit on him. And he gets a hit here, and he might tie up the game. First pitch coming. Ball's going to be a little too high. They're ruling that a ball. 1-0 count. Again, bases loaded for the Knights. Pitch coming. Swung on and hit. And that should be a pop-up, and it is for the Knights, as NC Wesleyan is able to get out of this inning with bases loaded with only giving up 1 run off of a walk. And we'll see you top of the third here in a 3-1 ball game. as we're back here, top of the third, and NC Wesleyan is early here, able to get a double. They get Banks Hartman over to second. Now we have an 0-1 count here. Up to bat is Jake Flowers. Had a hit and an RBI earlier in this game, so let's see what he could do here. Pitch is going to be a little too far outside. That's going to be a 1-1 count. Swung on and hit, and the first baseman is able to get under that, but now NC Wesleyan with a runner on third with one out here. Top of the third, as NC Wesleyan has done a great job of getting runners on board and getting them home. As here early, they scored in both innings, and let's see if they can recreate some of that magic here. Top of the third with a runner on third. First pitch coming. And they're ruling that a ball, 1-0 count. As Brady Williams is up to bat here. Swung on and foul ball here, so make that a 1-2 count now. With one out. Excuse me, a 1-1 count. Pitch thrown. It's going to hit Zach, and unfortunately can't get it as NC Wesleyan is able to get one run home there from that single from Jake Flowers, and now he gets on board. But Zach looks fine, but that looks like that hurt just a little bit. That came right back at him in his foot and unable to catch it. And now NC Wesleyan adds on to their lead, making it 4-1 here. Top of the third with one out as Matthew Hanna is up to bat. Earlier had a hit. As now NC Wesleyan has a runner on first. First pitch coming. He's going to check it to the first baseman. As it looks like he's gonna the runner at first is gonna try to steal second, and they're ruling him safe as he's able to steal second. And I don't know about that one. But nevertheless, NC Wesleyan with a runner in scoring position, as that one looked a little questionable. The count's still 1-0 here for Matthew Hanna. Make that a 2-0 count here with one out and a runner in scoring position for NC Wesleyan. That's going to be a foul ball here. So now a 2-1 count for Zach Gearston taking on Matthew Hanna. And now with that last hit, it makes it official with NC Wesleyan through 3 innings. He's able to score in each inning. And that's going to find the zone, 2-2 count. NC Wesleyan is able to score in each inning. So SVU is looking to kind of stop some of this bleeding now with a runner in scoring position with only one out in this inning so far. But a 2-2 count has to be swung on and hit. And that's going to be a foul ball. We're going to do it again here. 2-2 count. Matthew Hanna versus Zach Gearston. Who's going to give? Pitch is thrown. Swung on and hit, and that should be a pop-up. And it looks like Ben Agnew's under it. And it looks like they're trying to tag up. No, the second base runner is going to stay home or stay there on second base. And that's out number 2 for the Knights. As Kyle Brazu steps up to bat versus Zach Gearston. And let's see if he can have any luck. With 2 outs in the inning. Swung on and hit that first pitch, and that's going back, and that should be a pop-up for Mason Jones, and that's what it is. Mason's able to catch it, and that's the end of the top part of the 3rd inning, and we'll see you bottom of the 3rd here at Charlie Manuel Field. And we're back here, bottom of the 3rd, as Zach Gearston steps up to bat here for the Knights. And that first pitch is going to find the zone, making it a 1-0 count. As Colby Lewis is still on the mound for NC Wesleyan, as he's done a good job thus far in this game. And that 3rd pitch is not going to find the zone, making it a 2-1 count here. Or 1-1 count, excuse me. Swung on and hit, and that's going to be a foul ball. 1-2 count in favor of NC Wesleyan. As last inning, the Knights, with bases loaded, was only able to get 1 home, but still cut into that deficit. Let's see what they could do here. As that pitch is not going to find the zone, making it a 2-2 count. 5th pitch coming. That's going to be swung on and missed here for Zach, and that's going to be the first out of this inning. As Mason Jones steps up to bat here for the Knights. This is going to be out number 1 for the Knights. And Mason Jones is going to make good contact with it, but it's going to go straight to the shortstop. And that's going to be out number 2 for the Knights, as Bishops are able to make quick work here. As now number 4, Ben Agnew, steps up to bat with the Knights down to their last out here, bottom of the 3rd, as Lewis been cooking for NC Wesleyan. And the first pitch coming your way. Ben's going to swing and miss on that one. 0-1 count here. Ben's going to make contact with it, but it's going to go straight to the first baseman, and that's going to be out number 3. In a blink of an eye, that was the inning, and we'll see you top of the 4th here at Charlie Manuel Field. And we're back here in a 4-1 ball game, top of the 4th, as NC Wesleyan is up to bat here. On the mound is still Zach Gearson, as his first pitch is going to find the zone. 0-1 count here early. Up to bat is Caleb Elias. He was able to get a hit earlier in this game. Let's see what he could do here, as that pitch is not going to find the zone, making it a 1-1 count. Third pitch coming. Swung on and missed. And that's going to be a 1-2 count in favor of the SVU pitcher here in Zach. Let's see what he throws here. As maybe SVU could get a quick inning of themselves, as this pitch gotta miss the zone. 2-2 count. Pitch coming, and that's going to be too low. Now we got a full count here, a 3-2 count, top of the 4th. The first at bat here. Let's see it, full count, payoff pitch coming. Swung on and hit, and that's going to go straight to Marcelino, as Kenny make the throw to first, and he does, and that's going to be out number 1 of this inning. And that was a great play by Marcelino, able there to slide and make the throw. Up to bat now, Malichi Hayes, who's earlier in this game had a hit too. And that first pitch is going to find the zone. 0-1 count here. And again, can SVU get a quick 1-2-3 out and get their bats hot in a 4-1 ball game? As we swung on and missed. Foul tip, it doesn't matter, all the same. 0-2 count. Can Zach start getting hot and flip some of this momentum? It's like I mentioned earlier, NC Wesleyan has scored in every inning. That pitch is going to miss completely. 1-2 count. But NC Wesleyan has done a great job of getting people on board and scoring. But in this inning, maybe the Knights can flip the script. 1-2 count with 1 out here, top of the 4th. Important pitch coming. Pitch coming in, and that's going to be high and away. So now we have a 2-2 count. Pitch coming in, swung on. That looks like it's just going to be a pop. Can the catcher make the play? No, not even close. That's going to be a foul ball. Lost track of that ball when it was in the sky here, but that's going to be a foul ball souvenir for a fan. And we're still at a 2-2 count, so let's do it again. 1 out, top of the 4th. No one's on for NC Wesleyan. Pitch coming in. Again, too high. Now we got a full count. Full count here. Batter did a great job after being down 0-2 to come back at this at-bat. Payoff pitch coming. Swung on and hit. And that should be a pop-up for Connor, and it is. And that's out number 2 here for the Knights. So far this inning, Bishop is unable to get anyone on board. But will that change here with now Schwama Brown earlier had a RBI, had a 2 RBI situation. Can he do it here? Swung on and missed. 0-1 count. Second pitch coming. A little too high. 1-1 count. That ball's going to be low again, making it a 2-1 count. This is a beautiful day for baseball here. It's a little hot. The wind's going. This is baseball weather. Count 2-1. Pitch coming. Swung on and foul ball. Or not even a foul ball, excuse me. Swung on and missed. 2-2 count. Heard the contact, thought he hit it. 2-2 count here. SVU looking for that last out so their bats can get hot. Pitch coming. Swung on and hit, and that should go straight to Seth Lloyd. Can he make the play to first? And he does. Out number 3 for the Knights there. And now we'll see you bottom of the 4th in a 4-1 ball game. And we're back here, bottom of the 4th, as Garrett Stauffer steps up to bat here versus Lewis. As that first pitch is going to be swung on. And the first baseman cannot make the play. And Garrett's able to get a single off of an error. And now Garrett's on board here. And the first at bat for the Knights are able to get on. SVU's dugout is very excited right now as Ryan Ferris is up to bat here for the Knights. And a 4-1 ball game. Bottom of the fourth. Can the momentum flip in favor of the Knights? First pitch coming. That's going to be a little too low. Almost got away from him there. 1-0 count. Still on the mound for NC Wesleyan is Colby Lewis. That pitch is going to find the zone. 1-1 count for Ryan Ferris. Lewis is thinking here. Now he's going to check back to first. And he's safe. 1-1 count here. Third pitch coming. Pitch coming, swung on. And that's unfortunately the worst spot to put it in. And they're able to turn the double play for NC Wesleyan. So that's a 1-2 outs here as Marcelino steps up to bat now. An inning where you're able to get one on board, but just an unfortunate hit goes straight to the second baseman, and he's able to make the play for NC Wesleyan. And that was a double play here as Marcelino steps up to bat. Bottom of the fourth here with 2 outs. Can he get on board? And the ump is going to look at Marcelino. As the ump had a little conversation, looked like the pitcher or Marcelino. Can't really tell from here, but nevertheless, we're here in a 0-0 count. Bottom of the fourth with 2 outs. First pitch coming. And that's going to be a strike. 0-1 count. That pitch is going to be too low. 1-1 count. Pitch coming in a little too far inside. 2-1 count in favor of the batter now. Pitch coming, and that's going to find the zone. 2-2 count. Pitch coming, swung on. It's going to hit the dirt, then go to the third baseman, and he's able to make the play. And that's going to be out number 3 here. Another quick inning for the Knights. So you're just hoping the Knights are able to get their bats hot, but we'll see you top of the 5th here in a 4-1 ball game. And we're back here, top of the fifth, as Zach Geertsen is still on the mound for the Knights in a 4-1 ball game as he takes on Mason Nance here in a 1-0 count. That's going to be swung on and hit, and the second baseman is going to be able to make the play here. And that's going to be out number 1 for the Knights. As NC Wesleyan was off to a very fast start, and the momentum seems to have slowed down a little bit for Bishop. But let's see, top of the fifth, that could change a little bit, or can the Knights still, through good defending later half in the innings, keep it up here? As that first pitch is going to be a little too high, 1-0 count. Up to bat here is Banks Hartman. Earlier had a hit in this game. That's going to be a strike, 1-1 count. As on the season, Banks is hitting a 400. Phenomenal hitter. Let's see what Zach can do here. Now it's a 2-1 count. Swung on and hit. And is that going to stay fair? And it is. That's going to be a single here for NC Wesleyan from Banks Hartman, a dangerous hitter. And now Jake Flowers is up to bat for NC Wesleyan. He's 1 for 2 on the day. Let's see what he does here with Brady Williams on deck. That first pitch is going to be a ball. Pitch is going to be again too high, 2-0 count. Two one count. Pitch coming on, swung on. It's going to be foul tip here. We had a 2-2 count with 1 out, top of the fifth here, and a 4-1 ball game. Two count, and that's going to miss the zone. Now we got a full count, 3-2 count here. Top of the fifth. With 1 out, a runner on first for NC Wesleyan. Big pitch coming. Swung on and hit, and that's going to be a blooper. Finds the right zone, and Ben Agnew misses the ball. And now NC Wesleyan is able to move a runner to third and second. Ooh, as that almost got away from the pitcher and the second baseman. And now NC Wesleyan with a fantastic opportunity to get a runner home, with now Brady Williams up to bat in a situation where you have a runner on a runner on third and a runner on second. As SVU's coach is going to come over and talk to Zach, and we'll be back with you when that conversation is over. And we're back after that little conversation, and we're not seeing a pitching change here for the Knights. Zach's still on the mound. That's to be swung on and hit. Marcelino can't get under it, and NC Wesleyan is able to get a runner home as Connor throws it over to Marcelino. But that's going to get a runner home for NC Wesleyan and move our runner to third, as the bleeding is not over for the Knights in a 5-1 ball game with 1 out, top of the 5th. So it looks like the Knights are having full trust in Zach, as I don't see a pitcher warming up. First pitch of this at-bat coming with a runner on first and a runner on third. That's not going to find the zone. 1-0 count. They're not saying that finds the zone. Now a 2-0 count. Pitch was a little questionable. Looked like it did find the zone, but ump is saying no. So now we have a 2-0 count with a runner on third and a runner on first here, top of the 5th. Pitch coming, and that should find the zone. There we go. 2-1 count here for Zach. Two one count, runner on third. A lot of pressure on this pitch here. And that's going to be a strike. That's just what Zach Gertzen needed. And now we have a 2-2 count here. Top of the 5th with 1 out. Still a runner in a dangerous position here with a runner on third. Pitch is coming, swung on and hit, and that might be a foul ball, which it is, but first baseman's able to make the play, and no one's able to advance, and that's a great situation if you're the Knights here, trying to keep NC Wesleyan from scoring some more runs, as now they still NC Wesleyan with a runner on third and a runner on first, as SVU's desperately looking for their last out to get out of this inning. And let's see what Zach Gertzen can cook up here with a runner in a dangerous position. First pitch coming, and that's going to find the zone. 0-1 count as the catcher, Ethan Ward, didn't want to make the throw and jeopardize it. Swung on and hit, and that's going to go. Oh! Skid right past Marcelino, and now NC Wesleyan sends 2 home and get a single and adds to their lead, making it a 7-1 ball game, top of the 5th. That ball came in fast and hard and bounced, and the outfielder, Connor Robley, was able to get under it. Now, NC Wesleyan with a runner on first, with Zach Gertzen, still on the mound, and that first pitch is going to find the zone. 1-0 count. NC Wesleyan still with a runner on first. Can they still add to their lead? That's going to be strike number 2, 0-2 count with 2 outs here. SVU looking for that last out to get out of this inning. Already given up 2 runs here. Swung on and hit, and that's going to be a foul ball. 0-2 count still. A great situation for Zach here. Can he put him asleep? Swung on and hit, and that's going back. And that's going back. But Connor's able to get under it, and Connor Robley calls out number 3. But NC Wesleyan is able to add on to their total, making it a 7-1 ball game here. And we'll see you bottom of the 5th and see if the Knights can answer here. And we're back here, bottom of the 5th in a 7-1 ball game. As that first hit's going to be swung on and hit. But unfortunately for the Knights, number 6, Colby Lewis is able to make Brady Williams is able to make the play. As Colby Lewis is still on the mound for NC Wesleyan, is now up to bat. Is Connor Robley, as Tyler Bales was the last person to be at bat for the Knights, and got that pop up as Connor is gonna go for a bunt. Unsuccessful, so it's gonna be an 0-1 count. 1 out here, bottom of the 5th. The Knights are just looking to get a couple guys on board, try to flip some of this momentum as Seth Lloyd is on deck. And that pitch is going to find the zone. Now it's an 0-2 count. And that's going to be a ball, 1-2 count. Swung on and missed. And that's going to be out number 2 for the Knights, as the Knights are just not able to get any offense going here. They're in a little bit of a stalemate. And NC Wesleyan is on fire here early. But can Seth Lloyd change that? Seth Lloyd, again, is batting a .310 this season, is 1 for 2 on the day. There's only 3 batters from SVU has gotten a hit, and Seth is one of them. And that first pitch is going to be a ball, 1-0 count. Lewis has to be swung on. They're going to rule that a foul ball. So that was awfully close to staying fair. That might have been even a double play, knowing Seth Lloyd's speed there, but unfortunately it was not. So now we have a 1-1 count here. Bottom of the 5th, 2 outs. That ball's going to be a little too far outside. No, they're ruling out a strike. Okay, 1-2 count. Low and away, finds the zone. 1-2 count here. Pitch coming. Swung on and foul tip, so we do it again. 1-2 count. That's going to be another low pitch. 2-2 count. Started a little shaky here at this at bat, but now Seth Lloyd is working his way, hopefully to getting on base. 2-2 count, pitch coming. That's going to be foul tip, so we do it again. 2-2 count. Pitch coming in, and that's not going to find the zone. And now we have a 3-2 count here for Seth Lloyd. Can he work his way on base? Full count. Lewis, the pitcher, looking to get him out. Swung on and hit, and guess what? That's going to be a blooper for the Knights, and Seth Lloyd is able to get on base here early. And Zach Gertson, the pitcher and the hitter, is up here. Can he, with only 1 out remaining for the Knights, though, but can he get some of this momentum back for them, down 7-1? Any runs here early can help them, so you don't have a mountain to climb in the 8th or 9th inning. We're trying to come back 6 runs. It'd be really helpful to get some of them going now and start getting the bats hot now, the 5th, 6th, and 7th inning. So in the last 6 outs, you don't have to worry about trying to make up 6 runs. Let's see what they can do here. As we have a softball pitch, softball ball on the field. All right, we're good now, and we're back into the action. It's a 0-1 count here for Zach. And that's going to be a strike, 0-2 count. Runner on first for SVU. Zach up to bat here. That's not going to find the zone. 1-2 count here for Lewis. The pitcher for NC Wesleyan thus far has only let up 4 hits through 5 innings of play and 1 run. Zach here, 1-2 count. And Lewis is going to check to the first baseman. Now we got the same situation. 1-2 count. Lewis on the mound versus Zach. Pitch is going to be thrown, and that's going to be in the dirt. 2-2 count here for Lewis and Zach Gertson. Seth Lloyd on first here. Pitch is coming, swung on and hit for Zach, and that's going back. But unfortunately, about 2 feet or a foot away from getting out the park. But number 27, Caleb Elias, able to corral that one. And that's the bottom of the 5th here as SVU is unable to score, making it 7-1. And we'll see a top of the 6th with NC Wesleyan at bat. And we're back here, Charlie Manuel Field, top of the sixth here in a 7-1 ball game, as we do have a pitching change for the Knights. As Javari Christopher comes in, the senior from Greensboro, North Carolina. Now NC Wesleyan is at the top of their lineup here, so we get to see Malik Hayes step up to bat here. So he swung on, and that's going to be a hit. And maybe a double for Hayes, as that is going to be a double, and Ben Agnew's able to get under it. And that's going to be a double here for Hayes, as he's on the season batting a .364 and now 2 for 4 on the day. And now we have Shamada Brown up to bat here. And that pitch is going to be too far outside, 1-0 count. Pitch coming. Similar location, but that's going to find the zone. 1-1 count here with 0 outs, top of the sixth. It's SVU to mount this comeback. Just got to stop the scoring from NC Wesleyan, as NC Wesleyan has done a phenomenal job of getting batters. That's going to be a strike, a little questionable. 1-2 count. It's done a phenomenal job of getting people on board and getting them home. SVU's problem has not only been with the pitching, and that's going to be straight to the second baseman. He's able to make the play, but now NC Wesleyan with Hayes, a runner on a third. But it has not only been the pitching the problem thus far, as SVU just hasn't been able to click on all levels. And now we have Mason Nance to step up for NC Wesleyan. That the bats were not hot for SVU thus far, but again, this can all change in a blink of an eye. But so far, SVU's defense have suffered and just haven't been able to make the plays they need early in this game, and that's a 1-0 count. So they're down 6 runs. This will be swung on and hit, and that's a home. What? It's a foul ball. That was close. Whew, that was really close to being out of here. It's going to be a 1-1 count. One count here. Ball swung on and hit, and it looks like Mason Jones is going to be able to get under it. And he is. And Hayes is going to try to tag up. And Mason Jones with the arm to keep Hayes on third base. And now that's out number 2 for the Knights. NC Wesleyans down to their last out here, top of the sixth, and a 7-1 game. As Banks Hartman steps up to bat here, still a dangerous situation for the Knights as there's a runner on third, but out here would go a long way. Ball's going to be too far inside, 1-0 count. Pitch coming. A little too far outside. 2-0 count. High and away. NC Wesleyan with a runner on third. Top of the sixth here. And they're ruling that. Another ball that looks like, so it's going to be a 3-0 count here in favor of the batter. What can Jafari Christopher do here? And that's going to find the zone. 3-1 count as he's trying to work his way back. Again, NC Wesleyan with a man on third. And Hayes, can they bring him home? That's going to be a walk here for Jafari Christopher, which isn't the worst case scenario. You get to restart pretty much that bat. Now you verse Jake flowers here as Banks Hartman is batting again a 400 and is 2 for 3 on the day. So maybe walking him isn't the worst case scenario with you only needing 1 out to get out of this inning with a man for NC Wesleyan in dangerous position here. First pitch coming, swung on and hit, and that's going straight to the second baseman, straight to the first baseman, and that's out number 3. And it worked out for the Knights, and we'll see you bottom of the 6th here in a 7-1 ball game. And we're back here, bottom of the 6th, and a 7-1 ball game as Mason Jones steps up to bat. That first pitch is going to be a strike, 0-1 count here. Bottom of the 6th. That second pitch is going to be swinging and miss, making an 0-2 count. And like I mentioned earlier, if you're the Knights, again, you're just trying to cut into the deficit with each inning, so you don't have a huge mountain to climb. It's 7-1. You don't want to try to make a 6-run comeback here. Bottom of the 8th and 9th. So even just getting 1 or 2 runs here could go miles away here and try to make a comeback. And that's an 0-2 count here, as anything helps. Especially they're ruling that foul tip. So we're going to do it again, 0-2 counts. That ball looks like Mason is a little shaken up after that. But even outside of even scoring for the Knights, just take it one step at a time. Getting people on base and then getting them home is just the first step. Just living in that process of getting someone on has been a struggle for the Knights. Swung on and hit, and that's going to be a foul ball, so we're going to do it again, 0-2 count. But just getting people on board could be huge for the Knights here, trying to mount this comeback, let alone just score. This NC Wesleyan does have all the momentum right now, and Lewis is dealing for them. And that's going to be another foul ball. We're going to do it again, 0-2 count. Mason Jones doing a great job of staying alive at this at-bat. .02 count. And we've seen the Knights do this before where they're down early in the game and can fight their way back. Can they have some of that juice today? And that's going to be strike number 3 for Mason Jones. That's a swing and a miss. 0-3 count. Now number 4, Ben Agnew steps up to bat here. Can he get on base? And like I said, just start flipping some of this momentum that's all going NC Wesleyan's way. They could start with an at-bat here. And the ump's going to talk a little bit. He's talking to the pitcher, and no idea what just happened. But SVU's dugout is excited. They're calling that a balk. I think the ump gave the pitcher a warning, and they're going to call that a ball one here. I think he might have stepped off the mound. Let's see what happens here. 1-0 count. Pitch is low. 2-0 count now for Ben Agnew. Already in favor of him with the first pitch being thrown. Again, if you're the Knights, you're just trying to get the momentum going, trying to get the bats hot. So just get on base. That's all you got to do. Can they get on base here? Pitch is going to be a strike. 2-1 count. Pitch coming. That's way too low. 3-1 count here. And again, if Ben can get on base here, you can start getting some momentum and start building that confidence that you're going to need to mount this comeback down 6 runs here. Bottom of the 6th. Pitch coming. And that's going to not find the zone. And now Ben Agnew, the right fielder, is on base here for SVU. Bottom of the 6th in a 7-1 ball game with 1 out. SVU has a man aboard. As Garrett Stauffer is up to bat here. It's going to be swinging and miss for Garrett here. 0-1 count. Pitch coming. That's a 0-2 count here with 1 out. Oh, 2 count swung on. That's going to be a foul ball. So we're going to do it again. 0-2 count. Bottom of the 6th with 1 out. Pitch coming. That damn near hits Garrett. That's going to be a ball. 1-2 count. I'm going to check it. It's going to throw it back to first, not in time. An 0-2 count, excuse me. 0-2 count here. Bottom of the 6th with 1 out. Garrett swing and hit on. That's going to be a foul ball as Garrett staying alive. We have another ball. Finds its way on the field, and we're going to take a little time out here. Get this ball off the field. All right. Ball got cleared. Count still 1-2 for Garrett. 1 out here. Ben Agnew on first. Pitch coming. Swung on and hit. And that's a shot to get it out the park. That's going back. Back. And oh my days. Number 27 for NC Wesleyan makes the play. Caleb Elias again. How many times have we said his name? My days makes the play. See, he does a guitar celebration. You got to give him credit. He came over there in a hurry and makes the catch here. And that's out number 2. The defending for NC Wesleyan has been outstanding as Caleb makes the play. And now the Knights still with a man on first here. With Ryan Ferris up to bat here. Now 1-0 count. Can Ryan get on base? Lewis is going to check. Bet Agnew. And he's going to be safe still at first. SVU with 1 out remaining, bottom of the 6th here. As SVU's really down to their last 10 outs in the ball game. So they need some type of momentum flip. And it could be this inning. Pitch thrown, swung on, foul tip for Ryan Ferris. And we have a 1-2 count here with 2 outs. Favor of the pitcher again. Can he retire Ryan Ferris here and leave Ben Agnew on first? Swung on and hit, and that's going to be a blooper. It finds the right space. And now Ryan Ferris is aboard with Marcelino, it looks like, at bat. Marcelino's up here with a man in scoring position. And like I said, a run here could go a long way. SVU's down to the last 10 outs, essentially, in the ball game. So they're going to talk. NC Wesleyan coach is going to talk to their pitcher. And we'll be back with you when that conversation is over. And we're here with Marcelino on deck with a runner on second and a runner on first for the Knights. Let's see if they can get a run through here and coming into the 7-1 deficit. As so far we've seen NC Wesleyan done a great job defending thus far in this game. That first pitch is going to be struck on, but it's going to be a foul ball, 0-1 count. It's going to be a swinging and miss. Now it's an 0-2 count here with SVU down to their last out. Bottom of the 6th here. They have 10 precious outs remaining and trying to mount the 6-run comeback. And Lewis has been dealing the pitcher on the mound for NC Wesleyan as that pitch is going to come in. That's going to be a foul tip. And we're going to do it again, 0-2 count. Pitch is not going to find the zone. 1-2 count here. Again, and the pitcher, Lewis, has done a phenomenal job of getting into positions where it's favoring the pitcher. If it's not an 0-2 count, it's a 1-2 count, and being able to retire them. Pitch coming, swung on a hit, foul ball, and we do it again, 1-2 count. Like I was saying, Lewis has done a great job of putting himself in position to retire these batters for SVU, getting favorable counts here. And just like that, he's in one now, and a 1-2 count here as they're trying to get that last out of the inning. Bottom of the 6th here, SVU still with a man in scoring position, and Marcelino on bat, swung on and hit, and foul ball. We do it again. Marcelino staying alive. 1-2 count, 7-1. One-two count. Pitch coming. Swing and a miss. And that's going to retire the inning. SVU's down to the last 9 outs And we'll see at top of the 7th here at Charlie Manuel Field. We're here, top of the 7th, in a 7-1 ball game as NC Wesleyan is up to bat here. As we still have Javar Christopher on the mound for SVU. As that first pitch is going to be a ball, and Brady Williams from NC Wesleyan is up to bat here. He's had a good day so far. Brady Williams is 2 for 3 on the day and batting a .300 on the season. Have a 1-1 count here for Javari and Brady Williams face off here. Now it's a 2-1 count here. With on deck Matthew Hanna for NC Wesleyan. Pitch coming, swung on and hit. That looks like it's going to be a foul ball, and that's exactly what it is. A foul ball almost hit someone's car. 2-2 count here, and a 7-1 ball game. Top of the 7th. SVU desperately needing a quick inning here to kind of get their bats hot, to get their bats hot. 2-2 count, 0 outs. Pitch coming, that's a little too far outside. 3-2 count here. Three-two count, pitch coming, swung on and hit, and that's going to find a soft spot in the defense. Connor Robley throws it over to the shortstop, Seth Lloyd, which throws it over to the second baseman, but not in time, as that's going to result in a single for NC Wesleyan. As Matthew Hanna steps up to bat here versus Javari in a 7-1 ball game. That first pitch is going to be a ball, 1-0 count here. Second pitch coming. SVU still warming up some pitchers back there. The pitch is actually going to end up hitting Hanna. So now NC Wesleyan still with an opportunity to score with a runner in scoring position here. As Kyle Brazo is up to bat here for NC Wesleyan with a runner in scoring position, with a runner on second and a runner on first for Javari. Can he pitch himself out of this situation here with 0 outs as they go for the bunt attempt, but that's going to be ruled Could not find the zone. 1-0 count. Kyle went for the bunt. He's going to go for the bunt again, and he's going to get it as Javar is able to make the throw over to first. But that does a good job, and the bunt does its job of getting the runner on second to third, and a runner on second here. It's NZ Wesleyan with Caleb Elias. He's been a playmaker out here in the defense, but on the season only batting 103. Can he bring someone home here with a runner on third and a runner on second? So the infield's playing up a little bit. Expect something low from Javari here. First pitch coming. That's not going to find the zone. 1-0 count. Or that is going to find the zone. Excuse me. It's hard to see the signal from here. 0-1 count. Only one out in this inning. Top of the seventh. Pitch coming. And they're going to say that's too low. 1-1 count. Pitch coming, swung on and hit, and that's going deep, but that's going to be a foul ball regardless. And Connor was on that one trying to make the second out, but couldn't do it. Either way, that's a foul ball. And now Javari has a 1-2 count, a count favorable for the pitcher on the mound in SVU. What is he going to throw here? As that was close to being out and close to being a fair ball too. But we just do it again. 1-2 count here. One-two count. Pitch hit on and swung, and that's going back, and Beg Agnews is able to get under it, but are they able to tag and score here? As that throw's not going to come in time, and one goes through for NZ Wesleyan, and that makes the score 8-1 with only one out, and NZ Wesleyan still with a runner in scoring position. 2 outs. So there's 1 out remaining. Top of the seventh here with still a runner in scoring position for NZ Wesleyan as there's a runner on third. With now NC Wesleyan back of their order, at the top of their order with Hayes up to bat, and that's going to be swung on to be a foul ball. And Hayes is 2 for 4 on the day, batting a .364. And can he get an RBI here like he did earlier in this game and even last game? Like I said, 2 RBIs and 2 hits last game versus CNU. Phenomenal hitter. Can he bring someone home here? And now the count's going to be 1-1. 2 outs. 8-1 ball game. Top of the seventh. SVU down to their last 9 outs. But hopefully they can go ahead and stop the bleeding here and get their bats hotter when NC Wesleyan keep on the gas here. That's going to be a 1-2 count here as that finds the zone. It's a big pitch coming for Javari Christopher. Pitch coming, swung on and hit, and that's going to stay fair, but straight to the first baseman, and out number 3. And we'll see you bottom of the seventh here and an 8-1 ball game here at Charlie Manuel Field.
Not gonna lie, something special is happening here. You can't quite put your finger on it, but when you're here, you can feel it. Whether it's in the classroom, around campus, or stepping into your unique spotlight, you'll find a place where you truly belong. This place is more than just lectures and exams. It's about constructing your story, helping you discover your path in a world of possibilities. Maybe it's our close-knit community, our Christ-centered mission, or the way the Blue Ridge Mountains feel like home. We excel at being a place where every idea, every step, and every moment bring you closer to the future you're meant to create. They say big things come in small packages. We couldn't agree more. Because here's a little secret. The best life is the nightlife. Come be a part of it.
And we're back here, bottom of the seventh, and SVU down to their last 9 outs. So that first pitch is going to be swung on, and that's going to be out number 1. So scratch that, down to the last 8 outs. As we do have a pitching change here, as Preston Workman comes into the game for NZ Wesleyan, as Tyler Bales was one to ground out there, the third baseman, and Connor Robley is up to bat here for SVU. First pitch coming, that's a little too far inside, 1-0 count. Second pitch coming, and that's again going to be, it's going to find the spot, making a 1-1. Does that look like a very similar pitch from the first one? That one's able to find the zone. So we have a 1-1 count here, bottom of the seventh. Pitch coming, that's a swing and a miss for Connor. 1-2 count in favor of the pitcher. As again, SVU batters haven't done the best job of staying up on the count, frequently getting in a pitcher's situation there. The 1-2 or 0-2 count, and that's going to find a way to be a single here for Connor Robley, as the third baseman's not able to receive that one as it bounces right over his head. And now Connor gets aboard. Now up to bat is Seth Lloyd with 1 out here. In an 8-1 ball game, can he get the momentum and get Connor in a scoring position and start putting points up on the board? That first pitch is going to be a little too high. 1-0 count. And they're going to go for the bunt attempt here by Seth. And they're calling that a foul ball, and that was close to being fair. Here, 1-1 count. The wind's picking up. One count here. Big pitch coming, swung on and hit, and that's going to find a soft spot. And guess what? SVU may be able to flip some momentum with a runner on second and a runner on first now in Connor and Seth. As up to bat now is Zach Gertzen. in a situation where he can have an RBI and start to mount a comeback here. Again, with SVU with a runner in scoring position. Runner on first, runner on second, 0-0 count. First pitch coming. And that's going to find the zone, 0-1 count. Big pitch here. Swung on and hit. And that's going to go past the first baseman. Connor Robley's going to go home there. And he's going to get home safe. Seth Lloyd moves to second. And what a single that was by Zach Gertson. The pitcher and the batter can do it all. And now SVU cuts into that deficit, making it 8-2. With one out here in the inning. This inning is not over by any means. SVU still with a runner in scoring position. Seth Lloyd, he's fast. So if we get a situation just like that, a single could turn to another run here with the bomber from Utah. Mason Jones steps up to bat here. As it's hard to tell if it's been the new pitcher or the defense kind of slipping up for NC Wesleyan. Either way, SVU's finally taking advantage of that, as we saw a ball that should have been caught at first. It should have been caught by the third baseman, uncatchable. And now SVU with a scoring opportunity here. First pitch coming, too far inside. That's a 1-0 count. Oh, they're calling that a strike. Wow, 0-1 count. Don't know about that call. Runner still in scoring position here. Mason Jones at bat. Can still cut into this deficit. 0-1 count. Pitch thrown. It's going to be swung on. And that's going to be a hit. And it looks like we're going to get another one home for SVU. And Seth Lloyd, like I said, has some jets, has the wheels. Zach Gertson moves to second. Mason Jones with a single. And if you look at that, SVU down 8-3 now, only 5, and have a lot of outs to work with here. They have 8 outs left in this ball game, and this is going to be a very interesting 8 outs. Runner in scoring position for the Knights with Ben Agnew up to bat. This is huge here. Can Ben get a few more on this board and try to turn this game around, as SVU is able to steal the momentum from NC Wesleyan? And that first pitch is going to be a strike, 0-1 count. SVU again down to the last 8 outs. 1 out here. Swung on and hit. Oh boy, that was a foul ball, but that was well struck there. But now it's a 0-2 count in favor of the pitcher from NC Wesleyan. Runner on second for the Knights and runner on first. Huge at bat here. 0-2 count, third pitch coming. Swing and a miss for Ben Agnew. That's going to be out number 2, bottom of the 7th here. Get SVU now down to the last 7 outs. Still a runner in scoring position for the Knights. A runner on second and a runner on first. With Garrett Stauffer up to bat here. Swung on and hit the first pitch, and that's going to go straight to the third baseman. But can he make the throw? And he's not able to make the throw to second. And guess what? A single by Garrett leads to bases loaded here for the Knights. As Ryan Ferris steps up to bat. The catcher from Greenville, Virginia. A local guy. Can he get a grand slam here and flip this game? 8-3 game, 2 outs. First pitch coming. He's going to swing and hit. That's going straight to the third baseman. He's going to throw over to second. But it's not going to be a time. SVU's going to get the runner home. And then the pitch is overthrown. That's another run for SVU. And Ben Agnew moves to third. Oh, my days. There's a lot going on. SVU, the blink of an eye, Ryan Ferris is able to hit a double, and it should be an 8-5 ball game with a runner on third and a runner on second. Wow! They hit the same ball pretty much that same location by the third baseman. He's not able to catch it cleanly and overthrows it to second, and it's not in time. The second baseman can't throw it to the catcher in time, and that just moves everyone aboard here. Excuse me, it wasn't Ben Agnew, it was Garrett Stauffer that goes over to the third there. So we have Garrett and we have Ryan Ferris on second with still the opportunity to keep cutting into this lead, and we'll see you back when the manager's done talking to his pitcher. And we're back here. We do have a pitching change for NC Wesleyan as Aaron Hawley steps up to on the mound for NC Wesleyan. He's a redshirt freshman to see action. The righty out of Greensville, North Carolina, is in a situation here where the Knights are flipping some of this momentum. First pitch coming, and Marcelino's going to swing and a miss as Marcelino's on the at bat here with Hawley on the mound with SVU with a runner on third and a runner on second. 0-1 count, 2 outs, bottom of the seventh, swung on in, hit, and is that going to have the juice to fall? And it does! Oh my days, Marcelino with the RBI, with a 2 RBI, and that gets Ryan Ferris home! Marcelino with the single to get 2 home here for the Knights. In a blink of an eye, SVU's only down 2 runs, and it's a 1 run, and it's an 8-7 ball game here at Charlie Manuel Field. The Knights, with their last 7 outs, are making things interesting as Marcelino gets a 2 RBI single. Wow! SVU is able to pounce now, have all the momentum in the world. As that's tough for the redshirt freshman Tyler. Bales is up on the mound. That's tough for the redshirt freshman. His first pitch is an RBI single. Let's see what he could do here. The second batter he's facing. And that's going to be another ball. 2-0 count in favor of the Knights. Tyler Bales has a hit earlier. And what a game this is turning out to be. SVU down 8-1. Blink of an eye, 8-7. Bottom of the 7th, Tyler swings on that one. And it's not going to land as the right fielder for NC Wesleyan is able to make the catch and retire. An amazing scoring inning for the Knights. And it's 8-7. We'll see you top of the 8th. And we have a brand new ball game.
Introducing Sport Performance. But not just this. They told you to choose books or the ball, the classroom or the court, but that was never you. You study like it's your playbook, you train like it's your thesis, your body's in motion,
your mind's building the future. Because greatness isn't just in the stats. It's in your discipline, your character, your purpose. Master your sport, master yourself. This is Sport Performance at Southern Virginia University.
And we're back here, top of the 8th at Charlie Manuel Field, and this is a brand new ball game. Just a minute ago, the score was 8-1. NC Wesleyan had full control, but the Knights stay alive and cut into the lead, 8-7. And this is a new ball game, and we do have a new pitcher on the mound. His first pitch is going to be a little low, almost hits him, but John Rule steps up to on the mound here for the Knights. The freshman from Lynchburg, Virginia, takes on Shramada Brown, who's had a day here with 2 RBIs, as now he's down in the count 2-0. But if SVU could do a good job of not letting NC Wesleyan score and keeping those bats hot, this game's going to get really interesting. The ball's going to be too high, 3-0 count. And like I said, SVU just needed to get people on board. That's exactly what they did. They were able to get people on bases and then get them home. And all it starts with just getting that first man on base. And then you can start cutting to that deficit. All of a sudden you get a double, and then you get these RBI situations, and now we have a walk here. So we're going to have the leadoff man go over to first in Brown. But like I said, that's all it takes is just a hit, a single, someone gets on board. A walk, someone gets on board. Now you have a runner in scoring position. It's as simple as that. SVU has the batters to go the distance, and they have phenomenal hitters all over. But they finally woke up here, bottom of the 7th, and that pitch is way too high. And now that moves the NC Wesleyan runner to second. I'm over here talking highly about SVU batters, and the defense is struggling still a little bit with the pitching. First 4 pitches are unable to find the strike zone, or 5 pitches are unable to find the strike zone here, and it's a 1-0 count. Again, this is a brand new ball game, only down 1 run if you're the Knights. And NC Wesleyan, the pressure's on you now. The runner in scoring position, and he finds the zone. 1-1 count, 0 outs, top of the 8th with a runner on second. NC Wesleyan has a lot of pressure on them to keep scoring here with how great of a job SVU just did, putting up 6 runs in 1 inning. And that's going to find the zone. 1-2 count in favor of the pitcher here. John Rule is looking to deal here, get his first out. 1-2 count, runner on second, 0 outs, pitch coming, that's way too high. 2-2 count here. John Rule on the mound here with a 2-2 count. Pressure on him a little bit. Pitch coming, and that should find the zone. And that's strike number 1, and a strikeout for John Rule. As at first it was a little shaky. He walked the pitcher, and then the first base runner stole second. But that's out number 1 for NC Wesleyan. 8-7 ball game. Top of the 8th here. NC Wesleyan still with a man in scoring position on second base. First pitch is going to be low, and that's going to be ball number 1 as Banks Hartman is up to bat here. Hartman, again, is a phenomenal hitter. Hitting 400 on the season, is 2 for 3 on the day. With the running and scoring position, let's see what he could do here. 1-0 count, second pitch coming. That should find the zone. Is it going to find the zone? They're ruling a ball. 2-0 count. It's a little questionable. Now the energy's shifting. The confidence are building for the Knights. And they're ruling that a ball too. 3-0 count. They need to do a good job here of not flipping over that momentum. They just stole right from NC Wesleyan. And this at-bat is huge here. 3-0 count coming. That got to be a strike, right? Thank you. Strike number 1, 3-1 count, right down the middle. Three-one count in favor of the batter. Runner on second, and they're rolling out a ball. 4-1, and that's a walk here. Now for the Knights, you're thinking of the double play situation with a runner on second and a runner on first with 1 out here in this inning, top of the 8th. But if you're NC Wesleyan, you're itching to add to their lead as they were just up big, and now they're only up by 1. This is why you love baseball. And 1 inning, and you can come all the way back. Now let's see what the first pitch is going to be from John Rule. That should be calling that a ball. 1-0 count. Second pitch coming. That's finding the zone. There you go. John Rule, 1-1 count here. NC Wesleyan, so with a runner on second, runner on first, 1 out. Plenty of time and opportunity for them to score. That ball's going to miss the zone here. 2-1 count. Again, if you're John Rule on the mound, you want a double play. You want something low here. It's going to be swung on and hit, and that should be a foul ball. No, it's not. The first baseman is able to make the play, and that's out number 2 for NC Wesleyan, top of the 8th here. As now John Rule on the mound, dealing and throwing. Can he get the last out here and retire this inning? Top of the 8th. Runner on second for NC Wesleyan. SVU is not out of trouble yet. As Brady Williams is up to bat here, and that first pitch is going to end up being a ball. 1-0 count with 2 outs, top of the 8th. Runner in scoring position. Who's going to give here? That's going to be ball number 2, 2-0 count. Brady Williams, John Rule. Let's see who bends. Who's going to break here in a 2-0 count? Right now in favor of the batter. Pitch coming. Now we have a 3-0 count here for John Rule in favor of the batter. Again, if you're NC Wesleyan, you get walked here. It's bases loaded. Pitch coming. They're going for the bunt, but that got to be. Oh. For somehow, some way, little blasphemy, it doesn't find the zone, and that's a walk on a 4-0 count. From this point of view, and even the infield, it for sure looked like a strike. I mean, he was bunting too, but nevertheless, ump says ball. So now we have bases loaded here with 2 outs. SVU desperately needing that 1 out here. And we'll see you after Tyler Cox talks to his pitcher. And we're back here, 8-7 ball game. Top of the 8th. John Rule needs an out here versus Matthew Hanna. He's 1-3 on the day. The catcher for NC Wesleyan as that first pitch is going to find the zone. 0-1 count. This is huge here for both teams as a run here keeps the lead for NC Wesleyan. But out here, all of a sudden, SVU has all the momentum in the world. And it's going to be hit on and swung, and that's going back and back. But Mason Jones, the bomber from Utah, gets that out. That's out number 3 for SVU. And we'll see you bottom of the 8th here in an 8-7 ball game. And we're here, bottom of the 8th, in an 8-7 ball game. We have a brand new ball game. After the score was just 8-1, blink of an eye, it's 8-7. SVU with all the momentum in the world as Connor Robley steps up to bat. And he's going to be down in the count 0-1. And we do have a pitching change for NC Wesleyan as Jackson Pavon, steps up on the mound, the freshman from Asheville, North Carolina. And let's see what he could do. He's up on the count, 0-2 versus Connor Robley. That's going to be swung on and hit, and that should be a pop-up for the second baseman, which it is. SVU down to the last 5 outs. And wow, what a flip of a game it has been. With 2 outs remaining in the last inning, SVU just kept scoring. And they just kept the heart up. And now we have Seth Lloyd up to bat here with 8-7 with 1 out here. SVU down to the last 5 outs here. And Zach Gertzen is on deck. That first pitch is going to find the zone. 0-1 count here. Second pitch is going to be in the dirt, making it a 1-1 count for Seth Lloyd, the senior. SVU bats are hot. Can they keep this momentum up? Try to get the game-tying run. That's going to be swung on and hit, but that's a foul ball, a souvenir for a fan. As the game-tying run is at home here. At bat, excuse me. Pitch coming in the dirt again. Count is 2-2. 2-2 count. Freshman versus senior. Seth is going to swing. That's going to be foul ball. We do it again. 2-2 count. Seth is staying alive. As Jackson Pavon, the freshman, looking to get his first out of the game. But that's going to be too high. We're going to have a 3-2 count. A full count here. Payoff pitch coming. Pitch thrown. Seth is able to get under that one. And the outfielder's on it, but that's going to be a foul ball. And we do it again. Full count, 3-2. The senior from SVU doing a great job of staying alive here. Can he get that hit to get him on base? Payoff pitch coming. Swung on a hit by Seth Lloyd and foul ball. We do it again. Same spot. Full count, 3-2. SVU down to the last 5 outs. Bottom of the 8th here with 1 out for the Knights. Three-two count. Payoff pitch coming. Thrown. Seth gets under that one, and that is going to be a pop-up for Caleb. He's been all over the field today. SVU now down to the last 4 outs. As Garrett Stafford, steps up to bat here. Or no, it's Zach Gertzen. My apologies. Zach Gertzen steps up to bat here. SVU down the last 4 outs. First pitch is going to be a strike. 0-1 count here for Pavon. Pitch coming. That's a swing and a miss for Zach, as he was earlier able to get an RBI, but right now struggling. 0-2 count here for Zach Gertzen. Can he get on base? Swung on and they're rolling out a ball. 1-2 count here with 2 outs. Again, SVU down to the last 4 outs of the ball game. Pitch coming, swing and a miss, and now SVU's down to the last 3 outs, and we'll see you top of the 9th here in a 1-run ball game. And we're back here at Charlie Manuel Field. Again, a new ball game as the Knights are only down 1. NC Wesleyan 8, SVU 7. And John Rule steps on the mound for the Knights. And let's see what should be a very interesting 9th inning. As up to bat here for NC Wesleyan. The count's 1-0. Is Kyle Brazu. My apologies for pronouncing that wrong. Brazo. Apologies. Kyle Brazo. Up to bat here. And it counts 2-0 in favor of him. And there it goes. John Rule's able to find the zone. 2-1 count here. As NC Wesleyan an inning ago had bases loaded but couldn't get a soul home. And that ball is going to not find the zone. And that's going to make it a 3-1 count in favor of the batter here for NC Wesleyan. Can their leadoff man get on first? 3-1 count. Pitched on, that's a swing and a miss. Now we got a full count, 3-2 count. Top of the 9th with 0 outs. NC Wesleyan down to their last 3 outs. Like I mentioned earlier, NC Wesleyan had bases loaded and couldn't score, and John Rule came alive there. That's to be swung on and hit, and that's going back. Mason Jones under it, and that's out number 1 for NC Wesleyan here, top of the 9th. And NC Wesleyan is down to their last 2 outs. Up by 1 here in an 8-7 ball game. Again, this was a blowout. It was a snooze fest. It was 8-1, but SVU's bats came alive, and now it's a 1-run game. And SVU trying to get their bats hot. NC Wesleyan's down to their last 2 outs. First pitch by John Rule is going to hit the dirt. 1-0 count here. Up to bat is Caleb Elias. He's 1 for 3 on the day, and it's batting 103 on the season. After this, NC Wesleyan is back up on their lineup. So this is big here. That John Rule could get a strikeout or get an out here. So you don't have to verse those heavy hitters for NC Wesleyan as it counts 2-0 here. Two-0 count, pitch coming, and that's going to be a strike. Now it's a 2-1 count. Pitch coming, that's far and away. 3-1 count in favor of the batter here. NC Wesleyan down to the last 2 outs. A runner on board can help this team kind of get their confidence back. As you got to worry a little bit for NC Wesleyan. You know, the anxiety of blowing a lead of a big they did. And now we have a runner on board for NC Wesleyan in a walk situation, a 4-1 count. So now NC Wesleyan with a runner on first with their last 2 outs. As Malichi Hayes steps up to bat, and we have someone trying to steal second. Is the throw going to come in time? And my days, it does not. NC Wesleyan's able to steal second here and get a runner in scoring position. As Hayes is a phenomenal hitter in these situations. He racks up RBIs. Can we see one here? A critical situation for both teams. NC Wesleyan trying to get some of that lead back. So bottom of the 9th isn't as pressure inducing. The runner on second here, pitch coming, and that's going to be a strike That's a 1-1 count here. NC Wesleyan down to their last 2 outs. Runner in scoring position. Third pitch coming, and that should be a strike 2. 1-2 count here. Runner on second. Swung on and hit, and that's a foul ball. We do it again. 1-2 count. NC Wesleyan down to their last 2 outs. Runner in scoring position here. John Rule has done a great job of getting this at bat in favor of himself. 1-2 count. He kind of has all pitches that he wants to throw here. Let's see what he does. That's swung on and hit, and that's a foul ball. Again, we do it again. 1-2 count. As it looks like SVU is warming up Brady Steelman, the junior from North Carolina. We might see him in this game. If they're able to tie the game, we see extra innings or maybe even walk it off bottom of the ninth. A sentence we wouldn't think of saying. That's to be swung on and hit. That's straight to the first baseman and throws it to the pitcher. John Rule makes out number 2. And NC Wesleyan's down to 1 out here at an 8-7 ball game, top of the ninth. This is a pressure at bat here for John Rule. And if you're NC Wesleyan, a score here goes a long way. As Shrutmaya Brown, sorry if I'm pronouncing that wrong, 1 for 4 on the day with an RBI, is up to bat. Big situation for Brown here. He's going to swing at the first pitch. That's going to be a foul ball. 0-1 count here. NC Wesleyan down to their last out. Runner on third for NC Wesleyan in a dangerous scoring position. 0-1 count for John Rule. Second pitch coming, swung on and hit again, and that should be a pop-up. You have 3 people going for it, and it looks like the first baseman is calling for it and makes the catch. NC Wesleyan gets out of here without scoring. It leaves a man hanging, and we'll see you bottom of the ninth and see if SVU can tie or take the lead. And we're here at Charlie Manuel Field, a brand new ball game, 8-7, bottom of the ninth. SVU down to their last 3 outs. The game-tying run is at bat here in Mason Jones versus the freshman pitcher. And the first pitch is going to find the zone. 1-0 count here. as Jackson Pavon here, the freshman, is on the mound for NC Wesleyan. 0-1 count. Second pitch is, oh my days, that finds the zone. 0-2 count. I don't know about that one. That looks really far inside. Nevertheless, 0-2 count here. SVU fighting for their lives. 2 outs left. Swung on, that's going to be foul tip. We do it again, 0-2 count. Mason Jones, excuse me. Lead ties SVU in home runs. A home run here would do wonders and tie up the game. 0-2 count. Third pitch coming, swung on and hit, and we do it again. Foul ball. Mason Jones staying alive. That's what you want to see. You want to see the leadoff man stay alive and get on base. Pitch coming, and he's going to swing and hit on it. It's going right back to the pitcher. Pitcher throws it over to first in time, and that's out. Number 1, SVU down the last 2 outs. You know, that's a pitch that would look like it was going to be a ball, but I get it. Want to be on top of it. But just didn't make enough contact with it. A little too far inside. Goes straight to the pitcher. Now we have Ben Agnew up to bat. The senior. First pitch he's going to swing at. And wow, that's going to be out number 2. SVU's down to their last out. SVU did a great job of fighting all the way back. Can Garrett Stuffer keep the game alive? First pitch is going to be swung on and hit from the shortstop. Shortstop's going to throw to the first, and that's going to be the ball game. SVU, after making a great comeback, could not finish it off, as that's 1, 2, 3 and out for the Knights. And NC Wesleyan takes the win in an 8-7 ball game, an exciting game. Hope you guys enjoyed, and we'll see you tomorrow for a doubleheader on NC Wesleyan. We'll see you later.